fundamentally smooth, slick, easy, and their engines almost freewheel when you close the throttle. And it just makes everything feel simple. It's like your chassis doesn't move until you touch the brake or open the throttle and force the chassis to react. It's brilliant. So this engine, it's brilliant. In the case of the 457, they have been a little bit lazy. And if they hadn't been lazy about it, I think there was a potential to make this motorcycle vastly, vastly greater. I will say this, and we'll discuss this in more detail. If you're thinking Duke plus 1 lakh rupees equal to Tuono, I don't think I can say that the Tuono is not worth the extra lakh of rupees.
It is worth the extra 1 lakh.
It is worth, but the comfort level will drop drastically from what the Duke is able to do today to what the Tuono is doing right now.
Duke suspension was fantastic.
Yeah. Now, back to this motorcycle. The first thing that you'll notice about the Aprilia is just how upmarket, premium, well finished it looks. They've nailed it with the RS 457, but that has fairings, so you can hide a lot of worse looking things behind a fairing. This has not much to hide behind, and still it looks spectacularly high quality, and nobody can pass the motorcycle without thinking you're riding something expensive. Not necessarily large, but expensive. Part of it is also how this engine sounds. They chose the 270-degree parallel twin, and only Aprilia seems to know how to get an exhaust to sound like they do. So the 457 RS sounds larger than it is. The Tuono, it sounds larger than it is. There's a peculiar smoothness to these engines, which I've experienced on my V4 Tuono. The same kind of smoothness exists on this engines too. The Tuono seems to vibrate a little bit more than I remember the RS twin. Little bit, minor. But maybe it's because we got a brand new motorcycle, so it has not been running at all. Whereas the 457 had been to the racetrack media thing and then came to us. Maybe it's that. But fundamentally smooth, slick, easy, and their engines almost freewheel when you close the throttle. And it just makes everything feel simple. It's like your chassis doesn't move until you touch the brake or open the throttle and force the chassis to react. It's brilliant. So this engine, it's brilliant. I'll tell you what I did. I did something really stupid on this bike. I was making a U-turn on my way to work day before yesterday. And it's a busy intersection where trucks crisscross each other. So I like to get through this U-turn really quickly. I did on the Tuono. And at the end of that U-turn, as I was picking up the motorcycle from whatever minor lean angle it was at, it started to judder a little bit. Now,
the front?
Yeah, the whole motorcycle, engine.
Okay.
The engine started to judder a little bit. And I was like, this twin has so much torque, it never judders. What the hell did I just do? And I knew it was me. Because this engine, I was doing the U-turn at 17 kmph and I was in third gear.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I have overtaken things repeatedly and tried to shift into 7th and 8th and 9th gear because in my head, the performance I felt, I think I'd shifted down to 2nd or 3rd. I was in 4th the whole time. So this is a beautiful, I know you're about to ask about reliability, we'll come to that. But this is a beautiful twin-cylinder engine. It sounds great. It is smooth. It returns some 25 kilometers per liter. But honestly, that's not why I would buy this bike or ignore this bike. The feelings that it creates. Nothing else on this market, nothing else in this class creates the feelings that the Aprilia twin-cylinder engine does. It really is something special.
I remember when I rode the RS457 and I came back, I didn't ride the Tuono, but when I rode the RS457 and I came back, and I've always told him like after the Busa, the bike that I want would be an RSV.
Yeah.
And I've ridden the RSV at the track, and I came back and I told Shumi, like, if I wasn't looking at speed references and if I didn't know what it was, I'd think I was on an RSV.
Yeah.
The feel, the sound, the engine character, the pulse, everything is just like that.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this again. I don't think Aprilia is a very well-run global organization in terms of business, but as an engineering organization, they produce some very, very kick-ass motorcycles. Okay, so the engine, fundamentally, my God, it's great. Gearbox, at this price, the Quickshifter, which is a 20,000 rupee accessory, I think it should just be standard. And to me, I would consider the Quickshifter a mandatory accessory, and it doesn't have to be on the bike on day one. If you buy an RS or a Tuono, you should be saving up for the Quickshifter. It is going to dramatically improve your experience, not because it's useful, because it'll be fun.
Okay.
And it is a good gearbox. It's a easy, light shifting gearbox.
I was thinking the gearbox was good.
You go up and down the gearbox, clutchless, no issues. Don't downshift clutchless unless you know how to, because you will damage the gearbox. But to me, Quickshifter on this, it will make the bike more fun. And you're adding the fun. You're not adding any ability, utility, none of this. It's just a fun thing. So if you can buy this bike, please save for the Quickshifter. And Aprilia, you really should make it standard.
Hello. If you enjoyed this clip, which means you're into good conversations, and that's what we're all about. It's really hard packing in the essence of an idea into a 60-second clip. This 3-minute, 5-minute video would have given you a sense of that. And you can enjoy this entire conversation in its full glory on the MotorInc channel. So why don't you head out over there and subscribe to that? And you could subscribe to this channel as well if you enjoyed it.